Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. But guess what? Heard all across the World Wide Web. Hey there. Hey, welcome to all those that are tuning in, those that are already hanging out on the phone lines. We see you. Hello. Those that are joining us from Twitter, those that are joining us from Facebook, from Instagram, from Sharvette.com, and certainly all of our broadcast stations. We love you guys. Thank you so much for checking us out here today. So, you know, I am always bringing you guys phenomenal guests, and certainly today is no different. I got to tell you, we're starting the top of the hour out. You're going to feel recharged. If you feel like your battery is low, if you feel like you are on empty, if you're like, I need some power, listen, I have the Recharge Strategist hanging out in the virtual green room. I'm going to be bringing her up to the mic shortly. Chere Cofield is joining us in our first segment here. Listen, she is the founder and CEO of Chere Cofield International, soon to be Total Harmony Enterprises. She's the creator of the annual Let's Get Serious Health, Wellness, and Fitness Expo. She's a nurse, been practicing nursing, 25 years. She's a #1 Amazon bestselling author, internationally, a speaker, a coach, and like I said, known as the Recharge Strategist. And really, she is on a mission to really teach women strategies for self-care to recharge mentally, physically, and emotionally. So, you know, the first segment is made just for you. But then listen, our second segment, I'm super excited, all the way from Texas. We have Fanny Minnitt joining us. Oh, my goodness. Listen, she is a retired teacher and administrator. She's a veteran. She's a licensed minister and empowerment speaker, and now adding published author to the list of her titles. We're going to be chatting about her brand new book that's out, Just Have Faith, What to Do When You Cannot See What You Hope for. And so we're really excited to be talking to Fanny in our second segment. So we want to make sure you keep it locked right here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio. So listen. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Sharvette. Let's connect on Facebook, facebook.com/Sharvette. Just click follow, and then certainly Sharvette.com. Oh, and shout out to all those that are listening from the mobile app. We appreciate you guys. All right, so let's jump right on in again to our first segment. Oh, my goodness. Chere Cofield, the Recharge Strategist, is here today, and I'm excited to introduce her to our listening audience and just for you all to get to meet her. Chere, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it is an honor. It's an honor. So let's jump right on in. I'd love to hear about this annual event that you've put together, Let's Get Serious Health, Wellness, and Fitness Expo. First of all, how long have you been doing this, and what made you get into this arena?
Wow, believe it or not, it's been 6 years already. It went so fast that my head is spinning.
Oh, wow.
So Let's Get Serious. It's a health, wellness, fitness expo that gets the entire family involved in taking a serious look at their health. Because if one person in the family gets ill, it affects everyone in the family. So it's a group initiative to stay healthy. Because if I'm eating bonbons but you're trying to eat salads, it's just not going to work because I'm going to want to come over there and get your bonbon.
Right.
So we have to help each other in the family. So this event makes people come out. It's totally free to the community. You come out, we work out. I mean, we sweat. We get free health testing. You can shop if you like, talk to our vendors, get free information. Come just work out, have a day full of health and wellness, and learn some things about, the fun that you can have while being healthy. And I started this initiative 6 years ago after the untimely death of my dad. He had a heart attack, a massive heart attack in his sleep at the age of 59. And so I knew that I had to do something because as a family I felt like we missed something. We missed some signs or he was hiding something that maybe we should have seen. And so now educating other families, maybe they don't have to go through that same unfortunate situation that our family went through.
Wow. Shout out to you for turning, around and doing something positive versus kind of staying in a low place. So shout out there. And so this event, it doesn't sound like something you need to wear your stilettos and your tight jeans and it's not that kind of party, right?
Not at all. Come as you are. Come in your sweats and your tennis shoes. Bring a towel. Bring a change of clothes, because let me tell you, you will sweat. We pull out the finest fitness instructors from the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, and we actually have someone traveling from California, the gentleman, Mr. Ferguson, Robert Ferguson. He does the diet-free life, and he's coming traveling to us from California to come and do healthy food, healthy cooking demos. So he's going to do like a 30 to 60-minute demo on teaching us how to live diet-free. So I'm looking forward to that because, most people, when they hear the word diet, they run because the first letters are die, and you think you're going to die because you can't have the foods that you think you can't have the foods that you really want. But he's going to teach us how to stay healthy and eat right without going on an actual diet. So I'm looking forward to that. But it's just a fun event. We have people of all ages. There's something for everyone in the family. And, again, it's totally free, so everyone should definitely come out. It's on April 2nd, Saturday, April 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, and what's the location?
It's going to be at the DoubleTree Hilton in Pikesville, Maryland. So it's right off of the Beltway, 695. For you guys who know about the Beltway, from 95 to 695. It's right there, right off the Beltway, exit 20. I believe it's exit 20. And so it's the Pikesville Hilton DoubleTree. And we're going to have the grand ballroom, and then we have a breakout room also for some other special activities we're going to be having.
All right, awesome. Wanted to definitely just put that, talk about that first since, like you said, 6 years, and I knew it had been multiple years because I've seen it on social media and you promoting it and pushing it. So, sometimes people will do one thing and then you're like, the next year, well, whatever happened to that child? I don't know. But I applaud and give kudos to anyone who has consistency and has stamina in doing anything like that and pulling people together and helping them. And so, a lot of people have New Year's resolutions. And listen, I don't knock New Year's resolutions. Some people knock it. A lot of people have resolutions to just be healthier and all of that. Do you have just any general tips, maybe 3 tips just around those that are saying, I'm trying to lose weight, to be healthier? Any tips you want to offer?
Well, we'll talk about it a little bit more when we talk about recharging your body. But some of the things we can do is simple. Stay away from the white sugar, things that have white. If it's white, then it's not right for your diet. You need to have, brown. Add color into your diet. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that we make. We get the white sugar, we get white bread, when we should change that. Get brown sugar, get wheat bread or whole grain bread, things like that. That's just that simple step right there can help to reduce some of the caloric intake that we have and reduce some of the weight gain that we've been seeing in the U.S.
Okay, good. And so, you know what, let's just go ahead and jump right on in. That's a perfect segue to talk about recharging. And how did you get branded the Recharge Strategist?
Well, the reason I'm the Recharge Strategist is because I've gone through my own challenges in life. I was a single mom for 9 years, and when you're taking care of everyone else and you're nourishing everybody else, you tend to lose yourself in the process. You tend to lose your way, and you start to neglect yourself. You forget to take time for self-care. You forget that if you fall apart, everything else is going to fall apart around you. And so I said, you know what, I'm not the only single mom that was out there. I'm not the only one that has kind of lost their way and needed to be rejuvenated, refreshed, need to just take some time to relax my mind and my body and just remember who I am and what I stand for and what I want my life to look like. So I started this initiative, Recharge, the Recharge Strategist. We all have some form of stress in our life, whether we want to admit it or not, and we need to get away from that sometimes. So you have to start with your mind, body, and spirit. Everything is mind, body, and spirit. You're a whole person, so you have to treat the whole person. So you have to mentally recharge, physically recharge, and emotionally recharge. And we're quick to plug in our cell phone devices and every other gadget that we may have, but we never stop to plug in and just take time to just think or just take time for ourselves to just refresh and renew our spirits.
And it's so important. It's so important. How does someone know? Are there any clues that someone could look at their life and say, you know what, I need to recharge. I need to recharge. What are the clues and the signs, perhaps, that people should be looking at?
Well, if you're always feeling yourself, you feel like you're always overwhelmed. You feel like you're just always dragging and tired, and you really don't know why because you've already gotten a full night's sleep. And you've even napped even in between, and you're still feeling just dragged down. You're lacking concentration. You just feel run down. You don't feel your vibrant self. You don't feel like you have the energy to continue to do the day-to-day tasks. Those are surefire signs that it's time to recharge your batteries. You know, we think about when you're back in school and they taught us red light, yellow light, green light. So the same thing with ourselves. We have battery zones built in us. So like red means, hey, you need to stop and recharge. Red zone is not where you want to be. You want to recharge before you get to that point. So yellow, your body gives you signs that it's time to slow down. You may start to have aches and pains. You may start, we're feeling really draggy, but you don't stop. You keep on going and you're pushing that battery all the way till it gets to the red zone, and then eventually your battery is going to die. So we want to stay in the green. We want to do daily recharging so that you can stay in the green and you can push full speed ahead to do all the things that you aspire to do with your goals and your life. And if you own a business, we want you to present the best version of yourself to the world.
You know what? I am so glad you said daily recharge, because sometimes people think, #recharge, I need to, wait 3 months until I can go on an excursion or I can have a retreat, fly to the Bahamas, but it's a daily thing,
It is. Daily maintenance. I mean, think about your vehicle. You need maintenance on your vehicle. If you don't fill it up with gas, if you don't get oil changes, if you don't rotate your tires, you don't check the brakes, what's going to happen? It's going to break down. Well, your body is a fine-tuned machine, and you need routine maintenance in order to keep it going at the maximum potential. And think about a computer. I always say a computer, if you just let it run, it's going to burn out, right? You have to turn it off at some point and allow it to reboot and just repower up and get its engine and reignite it and go. So the same thing with us. You have to shut down sometimes, step away from everything, think about what's really important, and then reboot, and come back even stronger and better than ever. So recharge is so necessary, but you have to treat the entire person. You can't mentally recharge but not physically and emotionally recharge. And so that's why it's so important, the 3 components, mind, body, and spirit. You have to take care of all of the parts of yourself, or the recharge isn't going to be as effective as it could be. If you plug in your cell phone to your car charger, sometimes you won't get a full charge. But if you go in the house and you plug it into an outlet, you get a full charge quickly. Well, that's the same thing. You're just putting Band-Aids on things, but you're not fixing the whole problem. You have to treat your mind, your body, and your spirit.
All right. Listen, if you just tuned in, hey there. You are getting some awesome nuggets here today on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show from Chere Cofield, founder and CEO of Chere Cofield International, Total Harmony Enterprises, the Recharge Strategist. Welcome to all those that are hanging out with us. And you know what? I snuck over to your Facebook page. And I love you put up a graphic about 9 hours ago of 4 ways to recharge mentally. And so I love, and you've given a few things there. And so, number one, tell people how to connect with you on Facebook. And then let's talk about that graphic or meme you put up.
Okay. You can connect with me on all the social media sites at Chere Cofield INT. So that's ChereCofield, and then the letters INT, that I cut international short. So Chere Cofield INT. I'm on all your social media sites. I would love for you to connect with you. Send me a message if you have something specific you would like some information about. I'll be more than happy to send it to you. But as far as mentally recharging, everything starts with the mind. So without a healthy mind, your entire being falls apart. But a healthy recharge mind, it helps to guide you through your decision making. It pushes you to pursue your dreams and your goals, and it gets you to where you really want to be in life. So 4 ways, there are many ways that you can recharge your mind, but these are just 4 that I've found to be very, very effective. So the first one, if you're taking notes, is deep breathing exercises. What you're doing when you're inhaling through your nose, counting to 3 and exhaling out of your mouth, that's just an exercise you can do to not only increase the oxygen level to your brain, and what that does is give you a clearer thought process, but also when you're doing those deep breathing exercises, you're relaxing your mind, your body, you're rejuvenating yourself, and you're preparing yourself to take on the next role or task in your life. So often we go from one role to the next without even taking a break in between. So my suggestion is to take a 5 to 10 minute break in between the roles you play. So if you work a full-time job, when you pull up to your home, you don't have to run right in and be in mommy mode. You can stop, listen to a song or two. A song is about 2 to 5 minutes. Listen to a song or two just to regroup, recharge, and then you can go into the next role. So deep breathing exercises, they can be done wherever you are, at work, at home, in your car, and you're just increasing that oxygen to your brain so you can make better decisions. That's number 1. The second one is creative visualization. The second one is creative visualization. You're taking yourself on a mini mental vacation. So you can put yourself wherever you want to be, whenever you want to be there, for as long as you have to be there. So I always prefer to Jamaica. Jamaica, and going and walking along the beach and feeling the breeze and feeling the sand between your toes. Actually put yourself in that space mentally. You close your eyes, you do your deep breathing while you're visualizing yourself on vacation. And I always tell the ladies when I'm talking to the ladies in the audience, Winston is bringing you your favorite drink. Or to the guys, I say Beyonce is bringing you your favorite drink, and it makes you smile because you actually put yourself on that vacation. And so creative visualization can be very, very effective, and it takes you away from whatever stressors or situations that you may be dealing with at that time. So that's number 2. Number 3, power naps. Oh, my goodness, power naps are my friend. It rejuvenates your mind and your body. So when you take power naps, just make sure that you're not taking power naps more than 15 minutes. Because when you go over 15 minutes, you take your body into the next realm of sleep, which is going to make you more tired than what you were when you first started taking your nap. So power naps can be effective, but remember, don't go over 15-minute increments. So you can do 15, 30, 45, or an hour if you're taking naps. But don't go in between. Don't do 17 minutes, or you're going to wake up more groggy than what you were before. A lot of people don't know that, so that's a good tidbit.
I have never, ever heard that. And so I love that because I've always heard people talk about power naps, but I never heard anyone give the specific time and the reasoning.
Yes, 15 minutes. You don't want to go into the next realm of sleep. When you interrupt the realm of sleep, you're going to end up more groggy than what you were before. You went to lay down. Yep. The next one, number 4, feed your mind what you want your life to reflect. I'm going to repeat that. Feed your mind what you want your life to reflect. So think about trash. We all hate trash. Why? Because it stinks. And what do we do with trash? We throw it out. A trash can only accepts trash. So then I ask you, what are you feeding your mind? Are you feeding your mind garbage? Are you feeding your mind trash? Trade in the trash that you may be feeding your mind for positivity and empowerment. Empower yourself. Read things that are going to get you to where you want to be in life. Surround yourself with things that reflect the lifestyle that you want to live. So we speak so many things into existence. I know a lot of people are watching the shows on television, not the shows on television, but reality TV. A lot of it is garbage and it's not real. But if you feed yourself that garbage, you're going to get garbage out. But when you feed yourself positivity and things that are going to recharge your batteries and keep you going, you're going to see a positive effect, and you're going to feel empowered, rejuvenated, and your mind is going to take you to where you want your life to be. So those are just 4 quick mental recharge tips.
Yes, and listeners, I shared that post on my page publicly. So on Facebook.com/Sharvette, I just shared that. If you're there, and it's the easy way for you to click like on her page and stay connected with more of those tips. And I'm so glad you brought up reality TV and sometimes social media. People will kind of scroll through and just, surmise about other people's lives, and they don't feel like what they have is good enough, and all that comparison and all of that. But look for the positive things, right, on social media, because there are definitely places where you can get those positive inputs, right?
Yeah, and that's why they make delete buttons, so you can always delete. If you look down your wall and you're seeing more negative than positive, then that should be a problem. That's a clear sign to you. If you're seeing garbage coming down your feed, then it's time to change up who you have as your inner circle on your social media site. So I do a house cleaning a lot, because if you're posting things that's just crazy that I definitely am not interested in, I'm not going to just keep entertaining it. I'm going to replace it with other things that are going to be positive and empowering to me.
All right, amen, sister. Yes. So certainly, just listening to you would be awesome for women's conference, symposium, empowerment sessions. How can people contact you? Have you come in and speak and facilitate and all that kind of stuff?
Definitely. You can reach me by my email, ChereCofield@hotmail.com. Starting February 1st, I'll have my new website, TotalHarmonyEnterprises.com. will be up and running. We're going to launch it on February 1st, and then there you'll have a speaker request form. So I am super excited about that. I'm also super excited. I'm going to be a part of the Blueprint Tour with some of the some of the celebrities like Vivica Fox and Wanda Braxton. So I'll be joining in a couple of cities as one of the panelists there to speak on recharging your life. So I'm super excited about that, but I would definitely love an invitation to come out and speak to groups, conferences. I'm open. My schedule is ready for you.
All right, we are ready. New year, fresh, recharge. Oh, my goodness. What are some of the cities you all are going to be in? Do you know?
We're going to be in Houston, Texas. That's the first stop for sure. That's actually the 23rd of this month. And I know Jamaica is one stop.
Ooh.
They have Washington, D.C., Raleigh, North Carolina, New York, Detroit, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Atlanta. So I know for sure I'll be in Houston, Texas, and in Atlanta. Those are two cities that I'll definitely be in talking about recharging. So they have some heavy hitters. My twin power, Cheryl Wood, is actually going to be the moderator for the panel that I'm going to be a part of. So I'm excited. She thought enough of my message to invite me to take part of it. So I'm very thankful to her for that.
Wonderful, and we look to showcase her on the show coming up, listeners. So we're gonna make sure we connect with that powerhouse as well. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Now I do want to touch on. I know you focus on women. I'd love to get your thought on. Do you find that men find it easier to recharge, or is it different? What's your take on that?
It is different. Women are quicker to tell you if they're burned out and need to recharge. Men tend to internalize. Internalize. And so you have to, just take a look at the outward signs. Maybe they're a little grouchier than what they're used to being, or maybe they're not talking as much as they were before. There are signs. Are they coming in, are they coming home and just going straight to sleep because they're exhausted and they need to recharge? So it's certain things that you can look for to see. But, this information is good for not only women but men as well. It's just I choose women to speak to because I'm a woman and I can relate to all the challenges that we have in life.
Absolutely.
And so I know the personal struggles I've had with maintaining my power and my energy to keep going and going. So definitely this information is good for men and women.
All right. So let's tell listeners all of your contact points from a social media standpoint. So where are you at on social media? Where can they come hang out with you?
Social media, I'm on all your social media sites. You can find me everywhere. Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And you can Google me, Chere Cofield, or Chere Cofield INT on social media. But definitely look me up. I would love to share more information. And actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to offer your listeners a special offer. If anyone that's listening would like free relationship recharge tips, then if you just text the word recharge with your name and your email address to 443-623-6722, I'll email that to you for free. So you'll get a relationship recharge tip. And, again, you can text the number 443-623-6722. Text the word recharge with your name and your email address, and you'll receive that shortly.
Wow. So this is targeted just to relationships.
Yeah, just quick tips. I'm going to give 5 quick relationship tips, ways to recharge your relationship. Yeah, any kind of relationship. It could be interpersonal with business partners or even romantic relationships. So it gives you 5 tips on how to recharge your relationship.
Oh, I think that's awesome. I think that is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, listeners, so take her up on that. Do that. So my last question for you, the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
What motivates me is seeing the results of someone that actually implements the steps and the tips that I tell them to help them to recharge their mind, body, and spirit. That helps me to continue to want to do it, because if I just touch one life, then that means I've done my job. That means my mission is being completed. That means that my calling from above has definitely been put to good use. So it's not about my story and what I'm doing in my life, but it's how I can help someone else, how I can touch someone else's life by sharing my story and the things that I do to recharge my own life.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm certainly sure that you accomplish that mission every time you either go speak or you're at an event or just the things you post on social media and how you empower people. I'm sure you are meeting that mission there. Well, it has been great chatting with you. I'm so glad our listeners got an opportunity just to meet you, and so we will keep in touch and keep our tabs on what's going on with you.
Yes, please. I would love for everyone to stay in touch, and don't forget to text 443-623-6722. Text the word recharge with your name and email address, and you'll get the relationship recharge tips sent to you via email. So thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you for stopping by. All right.
Sure.
Oh, yes. Listeners, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then my second guest, she is hanging out in the virtual green room, so I know she's enjoying some virtual snacks right now. Fanny Minnitt is joining us all the way from Texas, and you are going to get to meet this dynamic woman and hear about her new book, Just Have Faith, What to Do When You Cannot See What You Hope For. What do you do? Hang on there. Listeners, we're going to be right back right after this.
It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Sharvette will be back after this.
Hello, we are 123jobzone.com, an online job search portal. We are user-friendly, and if you're searching for a job, with us, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, go to www.123jobzone.com and register as a job seeker. Step 2, once registered, upload your resumes. Step 3, get connected with employers looking for people like you who are ready and willing to work. Don't forget to follow 123 Job Zone on Twitter and Facebook to find out more about our upcoming job fairs. What are you waiting for? Stop by 123jobzone.com today. Good luck with your job search.
Spiritual Food for Thought, 31 inspirational quotes to jumpstart your day by LaTanya Boyd, consists of inspirational messages that offer daily words of empowerment, promote spiritual growth and development in the Lord Jesus Christ for your day-to-day living. Spiritual Food for Thought, 31 inspirational quotes to jumpstart your day. Available now on Kindle, ebook, and paperback. Log on to www.latboyd.com.
IndustryBuzz with 3Gs.com. Join in today on the movement to bring integrity back to media. With one click of a button, you can disseminate your information right from IndustryBuzz to all your favorite social sites like Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and to your email contact. Maximize your vision today. Plus, get the latest news, entertainment, and media. Need fashion or makeup tips? Looking for a job? Connect with us today. Want to connect with other business visionaries? Connect with us today. This site is for everyone, from teens to music lovers, from businessmen and women, industry professionals and performers. more. As a member of Industry Buzz with 3Z's, you'll gain help promoting your vision. Industry Buzz with 3Z's will expose, expand, and keep your fan base up to date with all your happenings. Members also receive free or discounted perks from various sponsored companies. So join the social network, expand, and stabilize your business. Connect with like-minded individuals. Need an artist to minister at your upcoming event? Look on Industry Buzz. Have a voice and submit your article to our e-magazine. Industry Buzz with 3Z's is the place to globalize your vision. Establish it today. Be heard. It's all on IndustryBuzzWith3Z's.com.
Are you starting a new business, releasing a CD, writing a new book? Consider Mitchell Productions for your web design services. Visit www.mitchell-productions.com for portfolio samples, specials, and package prices. Remember, a website is not a luxury item. It's a necessity. Check out mitchell-productions.com or find them at facebook.com/Mitchell Productions.
She's here to motivate, excite, and influence you. She's Sharvette Mitchell. It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show with in-depth interviews from today's leading authors, gospel artists, stars that you want to know about. And now, Sharvette Mitchell.
All right, welcome back. Hey there, this is Sharvette Mitchell, broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. But guess what? Heard all across the world, wide web. Hey there, we're so excited to have all of those that are joining us, tuning in from Twitter and from Instagram and Facebook and Sharvette.com, all those hanging out on the phone lines. Hello, welcome. All right, so we're moving right on into our second segment. I am bringing my guest up to the mic, Fanny Minnitt. I am telling you what, she's a veteran, a retired teacher, administrator. She is a licensed minister. She's an empowerment speaker and an author. And I am telling you what, you're going to be empowered by the time you finish listening to us chat it up. So going to the mic right now, bringing Fanny up. Hey there, welcome to the show.
Hello, Sharvette, and thank you so much for having me on the show, and thank you, listeners, for listening.
Oh, it is an honor and a pleasure to have you. I'm telling you what, all the way in Texas, so I know there is a time zone difference, so welcome to all of our listeners that are coming in from Texas. We appreciate them. All right, so let's jump right on in. I want to start off talking about this book, this brand new book that you have out, Just Have Faith. Did you always see yourself as an author? Did you always know that you would write a book?
Well, yes, I knew I was. This book actually came from another book that I was going to write. I was going to write a book called Do You Really Want to Be an Entrepreneur? Because I was in business and I wanted to help people with business. I was meeting quite a few people that was in business that was kind of going in the wrong direction. So this book came about from that one, a long story, and I know I don't have all the time to tell you the story, but I moved from one part of Texas to this part of Texas based on just having faith. And I pulled out the manuscript for the Do You Really Want to Have Faith to finish that, because I was bent over, head over the heels to finish that book. When I pulled it out, I had no interest, because all of a sudden there's a little ribbon going across, and I'm not crazy, listeners. This is just what happened. Ribbon started flying with have faith on it, have faith. And so that night, I just lost interest in writing the other book. So that night, I went to sleep, and I had a dream, and it was this famous jazz musician. We was outside. It was thousands of people, Sharvette, thousands. And this man turns around, and I was talking to a friend, I don't know what friend, but I was talking to a friend, and I was talking about producing a CD to go along with the book, Have Faith. Now, remember, I hadn't written that book yet. But anyway, I was talking about that, and this musician turns around, and he said, just have faith. Just have faith. And so all these thousands of people turned around roaring, just have faith. And so I said, okay, just have faith. So I woke up that morning, and I'm cutting through the story, but I woke up that morning, I got a recorder, and I started humming what I heard, in my dream. So I go back and I pick up a tablet, and I wrote down, just have faith. Then I sit back and I said, just have faith what? Because I had no clue what to write about as far as just have faith. And so I said, Holy Spirit, you're going to have to help me with this one. Because I knew what to write on Do You Really Want to Be an Entrepreneur? But I had no clue what to write with Just Have Faith. And I picked up the pen, and there was my table of content. And it ended up being my faith journey and others' faith journey. So this book is really going to impact people's lives a whole lot more than that other book that I was going to write.
Because it was certainly God-inspired. I mean, absolutely.
Yes. And all that craziness, it was. really
well, that was direction.
Yes, directed.
Yes. And so the subtitle is What to Do When You Cannot See What You Hope For. And so have you found that people, start off with a lot of faith and they believe, and then kind of when they don't see things come to pass, then their hope kind of and faith kind of dwindles?
Yes, that's what it's all about. Hebrews 11:1 say, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When we're little babies, in my book, there's a picture that an artist drew. When we're babies, you watch a baby do some things because they just have automatic faith in you. They know that you're going to catch them when they jump off the bed leaping after you. But as we grow older, we still have that incredible faith. But then we say we have the faith of the mustard seed, but we really don't. As we grow older, we start wanting to see things because we get infected, because we start jumping in a few cesspools along the way. And so now we want to see things happening. We say, God, I want debt, want to be cleared with my debt. God, I want a new car. God, I want a house. God, I want this and I want that. But we want to see it. And when we can't see things, or let's go as far as my mother, she died with dementia and Alzheimer's. We have loved ones that die in front of us. We have loved ones. There's somebody listening now, and their loved one is dying right before their eyes. So then we hear things like, well, God is a healer. And then we say, okay, the preacher is supposed to be able to heal. I'm supposed to be able to heal. And when it doesn't happen, we no longer have faith. But faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And then we go to Romans 8:28. We have to believe, and we know that all things work together for good, to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So we lose hope and we lose faith because we want to see when we get to a certain level.
My goodness. Woo! And so the book helps people to maintain that faith. Are there keys or strategies or techniques in the book that will help someone hold on?
Yes, it's stories in the book. It's no turn around 5 times, 6 times this, 7 times that. It's not. It's stories that's in the book that you can identify with and will help you to get back into the Word of God. And because that is where the root of faith comes from. His word says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. We've gotten so far away from the word of God, so when those things happen to us, we have nothing to pull from. We start pulling from our friend that have just as much trouble as us, and we start pulling from this person and that person, and we're hopping all over the place. And we don't have that solid root in the word of God, which will help you. So the book has some stories in it that will help you see where I wavered some in my faith. I wavered a lot in my faith. But it will help you see how to stand and just have faith. And just have faith is just believing in God and trusting in God no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, no matter what you feel. You just trust in God and believe in God. And that's what the book is about. So you'll see some stories in the book where you see and then I talk about what faith is too, and I talk about what's crazy and not really faith. It's just stupidity. All of that is in the book. And so it will help you. It will propel you into your faith walk.
Okay, so I got to stick a pin right there. What's stupidity and what's not faith? So can you just give us a nugget of how you address that in the book?
Insert foot in mouth, right? All right, I'll tell you. On one of them, it's like, let's take, for instance, you make one. I'm going to be simple here. You make $2,500 a month. That's your income. But you out there spending $3,000. and you in the house shouting and screaming and saying, Lord, I believe and I trust in you. God, help me, Lord. I have faith. That's not faith. That's foolishness. You make $2,500. What are you spending $3,000 on? That's just crazy. So you just need to stop with that. That's not faith. Then you're spinning around, and then you send more money in because you watch some television show, and they say, sow a seed. Now, you sowing the little bit of money you have, and you ain't even paid your bill. And that's not faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. But you see that you cannot spend $3,000 if you only have $2,500.
All right.
That's a simple analogy.
Yes,
yeah,
wisdom and stewardship. Good stewardship. Oh, wow. While listeners are hanging out with us, let them know how they can connect with you online and social media and all that good stuff.
All right. They can contact me through my website, FannyMinnitt.com. They can also contact me through my publicist. I have a publicist. Woo!
Yes.
Tanya Boyd. Faith A. Believer with Fab Marketing. Faith in Order at yahoo.com if you want to contact her for speaking engagements and things like that. If they want to purchase a book, then also go back to FannyMinnitt.com, Amazon.com, iUniverse.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and there's some other places out there you can get it also. But those are the main places.
Oh, right. There you go. Big shout out to LaTanya Boyd, a friend and sponsor of the show. So shout out there. Any author looking to boost your online exposure, definitely connect with her. And again, FannyMinnitt.com. Definitely got to give a special shout out as one of our web design clients. So woohoo! Big shout out there. So listeners, go hang out over there online. And I have tagged her on Facebook, her Facebook page where you can connect there. And also I've tweeted a number of times. So those are good connection points as well. All right. And so do you think this would be a good book for, let's say, a book club?
Oh, it'd be a great book for a book club. It really would. And I'm not saying that because I wrote the book and I want to sell the book. It's because it really was inspired by the Holy Spirit. And there are people, I'm getting a lot of feedback from people that I had no clue that it would help people that way, impact their lives that way. There's a lot of people out there who have lost their parents to dementia and Alzheimer's, or people that's dealing with their parents with or friends that has Alzheimer's, dementia. There's a chapter in the book there. There's a chapter in the book about families, family matters, and stop the madness. We're so disconnected with our families. And we want to connect with friends on Facebook, but we really need to be reaching out to our family, and our family. There's a chapter in there about that. And then it goes a little deeper into faith and what faith is. What is faith all about? Sometimes we listen to people and they're way over our head, and Jesus is not complex. He makes things real simple. So the book is really an approachable way to learn and talk about your own faith walk, using the stories that's in the book. Just have faith.
I love that. And so 7 chapters, and you start out with chapter 1, what is faith? Chapter 2, my past and faith. Chapter 3, my business and faith. Chapter 4, my mom and faith. Chapter 5, my job and faith. Chapter 6, family and faith. And then certainly ministry and faith. Talk a little bit about what chapter 3 covers.
My business and faith, passion and profit. Yes. Well, that actually, a lot of that came from the book that I was going to write in the past. So passion and profit, it talks about your passion. A lot of times people go into a business or they go into different arenas based on where their parents or where their friends or their school teachers have pushed them into. There's a lady I know personally, and I'm going to use her, and I'm not going to say her name, but she has a bachelor's degree, but she loved cleaning. She really loved cleaning. So she went through school and did all these things, but in actuality, this lady loved cleaning. So that was her passion. And when I say your passion will bring you profit, a lot of times when we hear the word profit, we think of money, only money. But profit is peace, too. Profit is some other things that goes along with profit. So when you have a passion for something, go for it. No matter what that passion is. If you like cleaning toilets, that's your passion, go for it. Let nobody turn you around, steer you away from your passion, because your passion is going to bring you profit. Profit in money, currency, and it's going to bring you profit in peace and happiness and joy. It's not like waking up in the morning doing what you want to do, whether you're doing it as an entrepreneur or whether you're doing it for another company. You want to be able to be happy in what you're doing and not jumping from job to job, career, just jumping around from one thing to the other because you haven't identified your passion. So in Just Have Faith, there's some line and some questions that's in the book that you need to answer. If you read the book and you answer those questions, it's going to help you start narrowing down what is your passion. We have to start identifying our passion, and that's what that chapter is centered around.
Oh, wonderful. So I think, Fanny, we have given listeners a good sense of this book and what they will get out of it. And so certainly congratulations, on the release. And you actually have a book signing party coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, on January 23rd, that's this month, the book signing party, it's going to be from 3 to 6. It's in Duncanville, Texas, so if you want to join us, fly on in, drive in, however you get here, get here. But January 23rd, we're going to have food, refreshments. We're going to have a lot of dialogue on the book, a little entertainment. We're just going to have fun from 3 to 6, and that'll be January 23rd. That will be my first public book signing, the first time I go out publicly and talk about the book. I have had some Facebook book signings, but not publicly, so that's where I stand with that.
Okay, good. So listeners, you have a personal invitation. And so what I like as far as following your Facebook page, you do a lot of videos. So tell us about some of the videos, and you've actually interviewed people or showcased them in videos. Tell the listeners about some of the videos they can find on your Facebook page.
Okay, one of the videos that I really pat myself on the back on this one because it wasn't supposed to turn out that way, but really great. But it did. It was What Fate Mean to You, and it was supposed to be for promoting the book What Fate Mean to You. And so I end up wherever I went in my life that month, interviewing people, asking them what fate means to them. And I end up going to Kansas to visit my friend, and so I interviewed someone in the baggage department, and one that's sticking with me, and I wish I knew this man Facebook to see if he was still kicking, but I interviewed him, and he had been diagnosed with cancer, and I interviewed him in a store, in a Whole Foods store, me and my girlfriends, and I asked him what fate meant to him, and he basically just had faith in God, in saving his life and allowing him to be on earth even longer. And he was just a dynamic character, and hopefully he's still on my videos because that was the one that just touched me. It really grabbed me. And I said, okay, this is not just for a book promotion. I needed this. We needed this. People need to hear these testimonies. So that was one of the ones that really got me, was What Faith Mean to Me. And then I had for Christmas, What Christmas Mean to You. And my husband did it, and if you know my husband, anybody know my husband, that ain't his thing, getting in front of nobody with a video camera talking about what you mean. And so just sitting here listening to him saying all those things about what Christmas meant to him, it brought back so many memories of what Christmas meant to me, and I miss those things. We don't have it like that anymore. Maybe when my grandson get a little older, but even spending Christmas with him the last 2 years is not the same like it was when we were young. So sitting there listening to my husband, it just brought back all those memories. You know, we're getting too fancy now. We want to do things so fancy. We don't even want to go to Grandma's house no more and have Christmas. Right. I can't, mine's is past, but we don't get together as families anymore. So those are the kind of videos that you'll see where people are just pouring out their heart, and I didn't think it would be that way, but once I shot the videos and listened to them and watched it, it's like, wow, look at all of this, all these great moments in time that we're missing because we're getting so busy and so technical and so, I guess I need a hush. Yeah,
you're good. You are good. Sharing your heart. Listen, this is what this is about. This show is about just showcasing people and featuring people to motivate us. Motivate, excite, and influence. And so you are just sharing your heart. I do want to call out and mention certainly the artwork that is interwoven throughout the book. Talk a little bit about the artist and kind of the artwork that people will find in the book.
Okay, the artist is Luca D. Pearson, and he's a native from Jamaica. He's from Jamaica, but he resides in Arlington, Texas now, but he's actually born and raised in Jamaica, and he's an awesome author, artist. And so he paints, and he goes out on shows to do his art shows and things like that, and I approached him because I saw these pictures in my head that went along with the book, went along with those titles. And so I just told him what was on my mind, and then he came up with the pictures. So, for instance, one of the first pictures in there, I think it's the second picture with the woman coming out of the bed, and then Moses parting the Red Sea, and the fire and the cloud. Well, that comes from, and I just told him, I say, hey, the same God that parted the Red Sea and the same God that led with a cloud and fire is the same God now. People need to get up, quit rolling in a corner, crying, giving up, owning death, owning illnesses, get up and live. And so he came up with the picture, and I told him what I see. I say, it's a woman. She's sitting in the bed, a silhouette. Get up. And so he drew it out. And so I plan on any book that I write from this day forward, I plan to use an artist, because that was awesome, seeing your thoughts come to life.
Oh, wow. And I certainly want to shout that out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Certainly we want to give credit to where credit is due. And so as you are, out promoting the book, and you're really just promoting faith and talking about faith, have people that have read the book giving you, feedback, comments, reviews that you want to share with us?
Oh, yes. I get texts, posts, calls all the time. I have a friend that called me. Her mother is going through dementia and Alzheimer's, and she called me, and she said, I'm going through this, my sister. I'm going through this. And so I said, and she said, I had to put the book down when I got to that chapter. I just can't read it. And so I said, no, you need to read it. It'll help you get through. It'll help you get through, because my story is different than your story, and you'll see where you're doing a marvelous job with your mother. Then I had another person to call from Alabama. She's in better not say she know who I'm talking about, Texas. But had another friend that's in Alabama, and she texted me and she said, you know what? She called. She said, you know what? I was thinking about moving. And she's saying, I read your book, and she said, it's time. It's time for me to move, because I do have a story in there about how God told me to get up and move, and, everything was straight in my life, and it's like, I ain't Abraham. And so she decided it made her think. So it's making people think all over the world, because by me being military, I know people from different parts of the world, so that's why they can call me from Alabama and other parts of Texas and things like that. And then a friend from New York, I think she post or a text, I believe a post, and she said, this is me. This is me, Fanny. She read one of the chapters. She said, this is me. And so she said, thank you. She thanked me.
Wow.
Haven't had an opportunity to really see how and what that major impact was, but it was one. So I'm getting people from different places that's calling me and texting me, and they're saying, wow, this is good. And then my mother-in-law, bless her heart, Miss Catherine Minnitt, who's really promoting the book, she just told us just the other day, I didn't know this woman, I don't know, I probably met her, I don't know, but there's a lady in Alabama, she read it 3 times.
Oh, wow.
I said 3 times. I say she read it 3 times. Now, I can't wait to meet her to see why she read it 3 times, but she read the book. I really can't. I want to know, but she read the book 3 times, and that's what she was telling my husband and myself, and so we're getting some really good reviews. I just asked those people that read it now or have read it, put the reviews on Amazon and Barnes & Noble in place. I'm getting a lot of reviews and things, but I like them to put those reviews online because they are awesome, and I thank God that it's impacting the book. Just Have Faith is impacting lives. I really thank God for that because that's the whole purpose. He gave it to me. He helped me write it because I sure didn't have, no plans to write Just Have Faith.
Right. Wow. And certainly you can put a review on Amazon even if you didn't buy the book on Amazon. So we prefer that you buy it from FannyMinnitt.com, but if you buy it in person or buy it from the website, you can still go to Amazon and put a review. So just wanted to make sure people knew that you can still do that piece. And so as we wrap up, the goal of my show, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
This day and time, what continues to motivate me is the Word of God and my family, my friends, people that let me know, or when I see someone has been impacted by something I've said or something I've done, whether it's the book or not, just seeing a person renew their mind based on something God has put in my heart or put in my mouth to say to them. So that's really motivating now, especially at my age.
Oh, right. That I would agree that is certainly motivating. Okay, and so let's tell listeners one more time information about your book signing, and then all of the ways they can connect with you online, come hang out with you online.
Okay, the way they can come hang out with me online is Facebook, Fanny Minnitt, and that's Fanny, Fanny, and the Minnitt is Minnitt. So Fanny Minnitt Facebook page. You could tweet at Fanny Minnitt. Instagram is Minnitt, Minnitt 55. And if for speaking engagement, because I am an empowerment speaker, the publicist, LaTanya Bard, Faith A. Believer with Fab Marketing, and that's Faith in Order at yahoo.com. Book signing will be January 23rd, 2016, and I'll also be speaking at Jehovah Jireh Worship Center on February 28th, and that's in Corpus Cove, Texas.
Oh, okay, wonderful, wonderful. There you have it, and certainly FannyMinnitt.com is your hub there. And if you're hanging out on Sharvette.com, I have a great blog post for Fanny. So there's a great picture. We've got links to her site there, so you don't have to go anywhere. If you're right there on Sharvette.com already listening, you can hang over there. And certainly our first guest is, Chere Cofield, great blog article about her and her connection points as well. All right, Fanny, well, thank you so much for just stopping by the virtual studio. It has been great to showcase you to our listeners.
Sharvette, it's an honor to be on your show, and I thank you so much for empowering so many of us. Thank you.
Oh, you are quite welcome. It is my honor. It is my honor. All right, listeners, guess what? That's going to be a wrap. A wonderful, wonderful show today. Again, our first segment started out with the Recharge Strategist. So Chere Cofield, check her out. And then listen, this second segment, you have your faith boosted with Just Having Faith, Just Have Faith, Fanny Minnitt. So I know you are setting sail. You are ready to move and fly and soar. So as always, connect with me online, Facebook.com/Sharvette. Just click the follow button. My friends list is just about full, so just click follow, and you will be able to comment and share and see all of my public posts. Certainly love to tweet with you, Twitter.com/Sharvette. My main website, Sharvette.com. All of my social media links are at the top right there. And then certainly if you listen to the show regularly from a phone, go ahead and just download the free complimentary mobile app. It makes it super easy to listen from your phone, and all you have to do is go to your app store any of your app stores. BlackBerry, yes. Actually, I have the most downloads from BlackBerry. So, hey, BlackBerry listeners, BlackBerry, iPhone, Android, all of that is available complimentary in any of your app stores. Just look for Sharvette. Very simple. There you go. That's all you have to do. And so we thank you so much for staying and checking out with us today. Thanks for those that have been on the phone lines all shows. Thank you for listening. We're going to talk to you all and see you all later.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you have been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Connect with her at Sharvette.com. And until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. The Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Signing off.